Hi Sarah, I see you eating Panda Express. Why do you choose to eat at Panda Express with all the other options available to you?
I chose Panda Express because it's a really affordable like meal option, though not the healthiest, but I guess like what you get for the price, which is like under $10. You can get like a combo meal, which is really like sort of thick, but it gets you full. Like it helps. It's a decent lunch.
Do you usually order Panda Express?
Sometimes, usually I would go to other restaurants closer to where I have classes, or if I'm like not lazy that day, I would bring something to eat for lunch, like a sandwich.
Do you usually order the same thing and same and do the same thing while in argument union?
Some I sometimes order the same meal choice, but like with different combinations offered at Panda Express.
See. What did you do when you wait in line?
Usually, the line isn't too long, so I just like think about what I want to order beforehand and think about like all the other options available and what I'm like sort of craving that day.
Did you look at your phone, like searching on your phone when you wait in line?
Yeah, sometimes if the line is really long and I have like nothing to do, I just like look down at my phone because in case like someone texted me, I can like check it really quick.
Can you describe the process when you order food at Panda Express?
Oh yeah, usually in line I already know what I want ahead of time because I looked at the menu.
Mhm.
So then when I get to like when it's my turn and the cashier asks me what I want, I already know like what I want.
Can you describe more, like what do they ask you, and how the cashier greet you?
They usually they're really like happy and they're just like, "Oh, hi. What would you like to order?" And then I just tell them.
I see. Uh, what did they do when you pay for the food? Like, do they ask you how's your day, or like, oh, do you want a drink or something?
Not really. Usually they're just like, "Okay, I just give them the money and they're just like, okay.
Did you get fork or napkins afterward, or you bring your own?
Oh yeah, I would I think sometimes they give it to me, but then there's also a place where I can like get like forks and napkins. It depends on what I like ordered, like if I actually need a fork or actually need a spoon.
How long do you usually eat?
Um Usually I eat for like 20 to 30 minutes.
What do you do after you finish eating then?
If it's like not time to go to like my classes, then I usually like um check my phone or like if I have a lot of time, I would bring out my notebook and like review notes.
I see. What goes through your mind as you choose a seat?
Um Usually I just look for an area where I see that there's like a lot of like empty seats or a lot of like um vacant tables where I can just like put down all my stuff like on my lunch and then like take out my notebook and also like make it fit on the table.
What particular method do you utilize when trying to get a seat?
Um Not really like a method, but I just sort of like I just look into like the area that I want to sit in, and then I see if there's like a space in between like a table without someone sitting there, then that's where I usually go.
Is there a time you fight for a seat with someone?
Generally no. I just let them sit, or if there's really no like space that day, I would try to like go to a different area, like, or I would leave the Ackerman place and go like outside if it's a sunny day and sit down like on a bench. away
Mm,
from people staring at me, sort of like an isolated area.
I see. Do you usually eat alone or with friend?
It depends because usually in college it's like everyone's busy doing their own thing. Everyone has different schedules. So like for lunchtime, it's like everyone's probably in class or like my schedule is different from my friends. So usually I just eat alone.
Mm.
But like if like one day like my friend is also available and we coordinate a time ahead of time, then I would eat with her.
Do you What do you do to prevent a stranger sitting down?
Like a stranger sitting down next to me.
Yes.
Um, I wouldn't actually don't mind if they like sit down right next to me, um, but I do mind if there's like a bunch of other seats and they decide to like sit down right next to me.
Then what kind of stranger would you mind or not want to sit next to?
Someone that I wouldn't want to sit next to. If they're like making the situation sort of awkward, like just like sitting down and like looking at me or like not doing anything, or like if they're talking really loud like to someone else, then I would sort of get annoyed.
I see. Do you use technology while you eat?
Yeah, if there's like if I feel like I'm like there's nothing to do or like there's nothing on like the TV that they have there, I would take out my phone and like probably check my email.
So you use your phone so you use your phone or your computer?
I usually just use my phone because sometimes I don't bring my computer with me to class.
Mm, why do you use your phone when you are eating?
Uh, well, I guess like sometimes when I'm eating, I just like have these like random like thoughts in my head of like, oh, I forgot to do this, so like I would go online and like check to see like for example like an assignment. I sometimes think about it and I'm just like, oh, I might have forgot to like do a homework problem, so I take it out and like check to see like if I actually completed the whole assignment before I actually turn it in.
What else do you do except like checking your task?
Um, I would, yeah, just like go online like to like different websites like Yahoo or something just for like entertaining news or like news that's not really relevant, but I just like reading it.
Like when I asked you, you said do you like to watch TV? Like what kind of music video, like what TV show is like checking you, but the voice is emitted?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Sorry.
Okay. What about the music videos in trigger you since there isn't any audio being emitted?
Sometimes I just like staring at the screen because it's just like oh entertaining. So I don't really have a chance to like watch TV in college, so I just like stare at the screen of like because usually they show like something relevant like a news channel so I can still understand what's going on without the sound like I just focus on like the movement or like the recordings.
Do you study here?
um n- like usually I would just like eat my lunch and then like if I still have extra time I would just like not really study but more of like just like quickly going over notes or like just like reading over something.
How productive is that?
Um, for me, for me personally, I don't really like to study in like crowded, noisy areas. So, if I were to actually study here, it wouldn't be really productive, or I wouldn't really be productive.
I see many other students study in this area. Why did you think other students like to study in this area, even though it's like loud during the lunchtime?
Um, I think because people uh, have different learning environments. Some people like to study in like noisy areas just because I don't know. It's just like I know some people that like to study like around like in around like crowds because I don't know, it's like sort of training their focus.
How do you block out the noises and the distraction around you?
Oh, if I were to study, like how would I block out the sound?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would usually like take out like my headphones and then like plug it into my phone and listen to like some music to help me like focus better.
What's going on through your head when you can hear conversation from the people next to you?
Oh, sometimes I like to actually listen to their conversations and I sort of like, oh, this is what they like to talk about. Like for example, usually people talk about like classes they just like finished. So like if it's a day of like if it's a day where they had like a really hard exam, they're usually spending their lunchtime going over like, oh, this is what I could have done better on my exam, or like, oh, did you get this question right on the test?
How aware are you of other people around you?
Um, I don't. I'm aware of what they're doing, but like if I'm like actually like looking over notes or something, I just try to like not really focus on other people, like what other people are doing, but just like trying to pay more attention to like the notes I'm reading instead.
Are you more productive when your surrounding area is loud and distracting or peaceful and quiet?
Oh yeah, like I mentioned before, I personally like more like quiet and peaceful environments because like usually where I study is it's really like quiet and I can like focus and like I feel like I'm more productive in a quiet environment just because like there are no other distractions.
Hmm. Is it hard to concentrate with this loud area?
Yeah, like if I were to actually study here, like if like I had no other option, like if it was raining outside one day and like this was the only place that I would have to study, it would it would be hard for me to concentrate just because I sometimes get really distracted or like easily distracted when like someone's just like doing something that looks interesting
What are some of things you notice going on around you while you're sitting by yourself in argument?
what's going on around me.
Like what do you notice? Like what do other people do? Like what do you observe?
Oh, like what usually I just see people like since the majority of people here are college students, I just see like most of them they're on their laptop. They're like probably like working on an assignment and while also eating their lunch. I also see people just like sort of just like since it's lunchtime, most of the time when I go there, people are just like taking that time to rest like in between classes. So I guess they're like trying to like replenish, like eat their lunch slowly and sort of like just like process everything they just learned in class. Just sort of like a time to rest.
Hmm. Okay, thank you.